Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BP here at the World Gas Conference in Washington, D.C., to the nation's capital, where for more than 2 centuries, the delicate balance between the executive, judicial, and the legislative branches of the nation's democratic system has been a beacon to the world.
Look at this.
Appropriate, because today we'd like to bring to life another delicate balance. How to reconcile the world's increasing need for more energy to support economic growth and lift people out of poverty.
With society's demand for lower carbon emissions,
How do we fuel our future? Like every balancing act, it starts by understanding that each move must be carefully calibrated. Because as you've discovered, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
let's take a closer look. If current trends continue, global demand for energy could rise by 30% over the next 2 decades.
Meeting that demand will require new thinking, different ways of working, and real commitment.
For billions of consumers, the positive news is that all forms of energy are becoming more plentiful and less costly.
New technologies mean new ways to use more energy more efficiently, opening the way to lower emissions. We have reached the pivot point.
Renewable energy costs are falling,
Consumer demand is rising.
and governments are taking action. Carbon pricing now covers 1/8 of global carbon emissions. The opportunity exists to create the most balanced energy mix the world has ever known.
BP aims to be part of the solution upon which this mix is built.
Balancing demand for more energy with fewer emissions at lower cost.
It's a tough challenge. It's easy to miss a step. 20 years ago, BP was one of the first to stand up and recognise climate change.
We invested billions of dollars to turn renewable energy into a genuine alternative,
Not everything went to plan, but we learned some valuable lessons along the way.
and one in particular. To deliver significantly lower emissions, we have to make all forms of energy cleaner and better.
The world can't simply pivot to renewables overnight. Oil and gas will still account for more than half the world's energy mix by 2040.
Instead, we need to find the right balance there too. It's the energy equivalent of keeping a dozen plates spinning without ever allowing one to drop.
At BP, we see natural gas as a great way to help keep all those plates spinning.
An essential part of a balanced energy future.
That's why 6 of our 7 major project startups last year was in gas.
And why half of this year's will be, including the massive Chardonnay Stage 2 development in Azerbaijan, which will boast the lowest carbon intensity of any BP operation. Gas already accounts for around half of BP's production, and this will continue to rise. In fact, by 2020, BP will have the largest gas rise in energy production of all the super majors. Advancing our portfolio through technology, innovation, and relationships. To find and develop new resources, access markets, and create new sources of value.
We're also enhancing our fleet of highly efficient ships carrying liquid natural gas.
And leading the construction of a 3,500-kilometre pipeline from Asia to Europe that will deliver stable, plentiful gas supplies for decades to come.
Even the best basins and most efficient operation to shift the gas just like any movement in the balancing act needs to be delicate and nuanced. The truth is, the move to gas presents us with yet another tricky balancing act. Gas can make a major contribution to the Paris climate goals as an alternative to coal in power generation. and as a partner for renewable energy. But methane emissions must be controlled.
Today, BP is using new thermal imaging technology, drones and satellites to detect and reduce emissions.
As part of our determination to play a role in finding a solution that will help redress the balance, everyone, including BP, has a part to play in helping get this right.
Not least because we're the leading natural gas marketer here in the US.
Selling enough gas to satisfy the average daily needs of every home and commercial building. Our footing needs to be sure.
That's why we're adopting a lower carbon mindset in everything we do, right across the whole of BP.
And every day, around the world, BP is taking more than 30 initiatives to advance the energy transition.
Reducing greenhouse gas emissions in our own operations.
Improving our products to help customers lower their emissions.
And creating new low-carbon businesses to complement our existing portfolio.
Our new upstream facilities in Oman have been deliberately designed to be very efficient and low in greenhouse gas emissions.
While the BP Tangguh LNG facility in Indonesia boasts one of the most energy-efficient liquefaction processes anywhere in the world. We're also applying advanced seismic imaging and enhanced oil recovery technologies to our 50-year-old Alaska operations to produce reserves more efficiently than ever.
And creating a breakthrough algorithm to uncover a new field within a field at our Atlantis field in the Gulf of Mexico, finding 200 million additional barrels of oil by seeing through layers of salt.
It took our supercomputer in Texas just 2 weeks to process the algorithm,
whereas with 20th century technology it would have taken well over 1,000 years.
BP was one of the first energy companies to harness the potential of digital technologies to recover more oil and gas from its reservoirs.
And today we use the power of supercomputing and artificial intelligence to see our world through new eyes. To uncover more resources, compare worlds instantly,
and pinpoint corrosion risks by applying machine learning to 40 years worth of data. On BP's Thunderbolts platform in the Gulf of Mexico, offshore operators are using innovative drone and crawler technology to minimize risk. Detailed inspections of facilities that used to take several weeks can now be done safer and better in just a few hours.
It's all part of BP's connected upstream. Digitally integrating our assets, systems and people to help improve safety, grow production and reduce costs.
In the downstream, we're working with car makers to develop gasoline that removes dirt to help engines perform at their best.
Manufacturing carbon neutral engine oils using 25% plant-derived oil compounds.
And we'll soon be supplying biojet fuels made from household waste.
We're also partnering with high-tech low-carbon startups to help uncover even more transformational opportunities.
Tapping into landfills to capture biomethane from organic waste. That makes BP the largest supplier of renewable natural gas to the US transportation sector. From solar, where our new partnership with Lightsource is already providing 2 gigawatts of capacity, to wind energy, where BP is one of America's top producers, generating enough electricity to power all of the homes in a city the size of Philadelphia. Every possibility is being explored.
We're also trialling mobile electric charging points on our forecourt.
Supporting technology breakthroughs to make concrete with a much lower carbon intensity.
And backing up our low carbon actions with at least $500 million of new investment every year.
It's creating a new generation of skills.
From artificial intelligence to bioscience, materials to robotics.
Working with the latest technology to meet the world's ever-increasing demand for energy.
While managing the transition to a low-carbon future.
But even with all this activity, BP can't do it alone. We all have our part to play. Every one of us, from individual consumers to big corporations to governments, must commit to the transition. Because the truth is, each and every one of us is part of the biggest balancing act in energy history right now. Demand versus supply. Renewables versus fossil fuels. Coal versus gas. Action for today versus investing for tomorrow.
Like the balancing act over the other side of town here in Washington, BP is working to find the right mix every single day.
We believe that the dream of a brighter, lower carbon energy future is now within reach. With momentum from society, governments, and technology, we can make it happen.
Already in the US, greenhouse gas emissions have fallen back to levels not seen since the 1990s.
On current trajectories, American natural gas demand will outstrip oil by the mid-2020s, and renewables will surpass coal by the end of the next decade.
These changes to our business will be transformational, but we need to go further. The next steps we will take will need to be steady, purposeful, deliberate, and above all balanced. It won't be easy. True progress seldom is.
But at BP, we'll never stop working to keep the world moving.
And more importantly, keep advancing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for listening.